Thai real estate market is one of the last undervalued markets in Asia. Never believe someone who tells you that foreigners cannot own property in Thailand. This myth has stopped thousands of investors from making money in this beautiful market. The truth is that foreigners can absolutely 100% own property in Thailand. You just need to know the rules. Today, I'm gonna destroy all the myths about investing in Thai real estate. The ownership lies, the visa misconceptions, the currency fears. By the end of this video, you will know more than 90% of people who already invested here. Singapore, you pay 60% taxes on your property acquisition. Hong Kong, unaffordable. Tokyo, an interesting market with some language barriers. Malaysia, some limitations for foreigners in terms of the price. At the same time, Thailand offers you good rental deals, an appreciation gain, an online transaction. You don't need to come to the country to acquire anything, and also an English-based transactional model. But it's hidden behind the wall of fears. Hi everyone, it's Artem. I've been living and selling properties in Thailand for a few years already, and I've heard so many horror stories from the investors that we need to take care of that. Let's dig in. The internet is full of Thai horror stories, and nobody posts a single video that I bought a condo and it worked perfectly for 10 years. 95% of those warnings are coming from people who have never invested in Thailand. Some of them have never been here, and probably they don't know the market that well. They just repeat the rumors that they hear. And usually fear spreads faster than the facts. One bad story gets 1,000 shares, while 1,000 success story, they just ignored. And this means that you are making decisions based on exceptions and not rules. And you are judging the market on a very rare disastrous occasions. By the way, if you've ever been scared away from investment in Thailand, hit the like button. I know you're there. Myth number 1. Foreigners can't own property in Thailand. But the real world is very different. Foreigners can own 100% under their name condominiums, apartments in Thailand. The only limitation here that in a condominium, let's imagine a building, foreigners can own maximum of 49% of that building. 51 needs to be owned by the local companies or the local individuals. You will have your full ownership rights. You will have your name on the title deed. You can rent, sell, inherit this property. And I must say that over 100,000 foreigners own properties in Thailand. When it comes to condos or apartments, that's easy. You can own 100%. The limitation is about the land. As a foreigner, you can own an apartment, but you cannot own the land. So if you are buying a villa or a house, usually you will lease the land and you will have your freehold 100% under your name property on this land. This is a very standard scheme for Thailand, so nothing to worry about, and this is perfectly legal and safe option for you if you want a house. Myth number 2. The government can seize your property at any given time. Well, it's some... I just don't know how to react, but this is nonsense. So the property rights are very well established in Thailand. Your property rights are protected by law. No cases in the modern history of Thailand property when the government seized a foreigner-owned apartment, condo, or property. There are no cases, zero, nada cases when the government seized the property from a foreigner. There is one possibility though, when the government can get your property through the eminent domain with the compensation, the same way it can do in Western countries. Other than that, your rights are very, very well protected. Your ownership is registered with the land department, The title deed is an official document. So in a nutshell, in Thailand, your rights are protected much better than in the majority of the developing countries, and even in the comparison with some of the developed countries. Myth number 3, you cannot move your capital out of Thailand. Again, I don't know where it comes from, guys. Thailand has no capital controls on legal property transactions. There is a foreign exchange transaction form, a document in Thailand, but it tracks only the money coming in the country. And the same form proves your right to move money out of the country. You can transfer your full sales proceeds out of Thailand to your bank account in whatever country, and Thai banks are doing that daily for hundreds of foreigners. The only money that will stay in Thailand are your taxes from the property, from the rental yields, or from the sales proceeds, and also the transaction cost when you send the SWIFT transaction to your home country or to your bank account outside of Thailand. Other than that, no limitations on the capital movement. You just need to have your documentation right, and you will have it right when you are buying the property, so no worries here. What was the myth that stopped you from investing in Thailand? Let me know in the comment section below. Myth number 4, condos are built from cheap materials. Well, condos are different, but in general, Thailand has a very high construction standards. There are a lot of international developers here from Singapore or Hong Kong or Europe. There are a lot of big international and local companies, developers that have reputation, and they don't want to ruin that with low quality buildings. You have engineers that inspect properties on the different stages of construction. Well, bad projects happen, but find a trusted advisor on the ground who knows these projects, so you don't buy any of them. We can help you with this. Link in the description. And premium buildings often offer a better quality versus Western countries and developed markets. So net, bad construction sites of course do happen, but the majority is of a high or highest standards, even comparing to developed countries. Myth number 5, rental income is impossible to collect. I would say that being a landlord in Thailand is much easier versus Western countries. For example, the management company will handle 100% of the questions. Bookings, check-ins, check-outs, payments, you name it. So everything is being taken care of by the management company. All the contracts are enforceable in Thai court if something goes off your plan. You can rent your property to the expats, which are usually 99% of the cases are very reliable. In good properties, average collection rate is more than 95%. So I guess after all those stories about Akupas in, let's say, Spain, I think the Thai market is a paradise. When it comes to the rental income, it depends on your strategy and your management company. So you can get it on a monthly, quarterly, sometimes annual basis, but you get it, and there is no problem with moving those money out of Thailand or spending it from the Thai bank account. Myth number 6, Thai baht will collapse and ruin your investment. I understand where it comes from, because in the developing countries, usually the currency is not that stable, it's not that strong. But when it comes to Thailand, we have an opposite situation. Thai baht is one of the Asia's and maybe even world's most stable currencies. Currency has been very stable for the last 20 years. Usually versus the US dollars, it's in the range of 3%. Sometimes it grows for 3%, sometimes it declines, but it's very, very tiny changes. So as an investor, you don't lose because of the Thai baht. Sometimes you earn more because of the stable local currency. And this is not true for other countries in the region, Of course, that's true for Singapore or Hong Kong, but when it comes to Indonesia, when it comes to Malaysia or Cambodia, those countries and investors there might really be distracted by the local currency, but Thailand is on the other side of the spectrum. The currency is super stable and super strong. Myth number 7. Visa issues will get you deported and you will lose your property. Well, let's put it simple. Visa questions and property ownership are two absolutely separate things. On one hand, owning a property usually doesn't mean getting a long-term visa, but on the other hand, you do not need a visa or long-term visa to own a property. We had a couple of visa videos on this channel. We'll put the link here, but in a nutshell, Thailand has a very wide visa menu, and if you're not coming for the long term, you just come. For the majority of the passport holders of the world, you just fly to Thailand and you enter the country without any problems. And even if you overstay your stamp on arrival, which is usually 60 days, even if you overstay for 5 years, for a year, for 20 years, this has nothing to do with your property ownership. Even if you are deported from the country, you still own your property because you own it 100%, even as a foreigner. Thousands of non-residents of Thailand are owning the property in the country without any problems. And on top of that, you can acquire property in Thailand without visiting the country. So we can do it 100% online, so you don't bother with the visa questions. But again, to sum up, visa, even if you are deported from the country for any reason, and your ownership of the property are two separate worlds and they don't affect each other. And actually, we had a video about why they can deport you from Thailand. Again, the link will be here. Myth number 8. Thai lawyers and contractors can't be trusted. Well, number 1, you can get an international lawyer or contractor in Thailand without any problem. You have a big selection of companies, lawyers, contractors who speak perfect English and can enforce any contract in Thai court. Thailand in general has a functioning legal system based on civil law. And what can I say? The legal due diligence and the legal constraints are the same as in any country. Your main goal is to hire a good lawyer. This will help you solve all the problems. And good lawyers exist, both local or you can get a contract with an international one. So I don't see a problem here. If you are buying property in Thailand, you are buying it with an agency or a broker, ask them for recommendation for the legal services. Usually there are recommended ones. We have recommended ones actually. Myth number 9. The maintenance fees will bankrupt you. For example, in Europe, if something breaks, you need to renovate, you have to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to do that. In Thailand, it's a little bit of a different story. What I must say that taking maintenance fees into consideration is a very, very advanced strategy, and you should do that as an investor. When it comes to reality, maintenance fees in Thailand are not high. So the maintenance fee, the monthly payment, is about 40 to 60 Thai baht per square meter, which is between $1 and $2, $1.50 and $2. So if we are speaking about studio of 30 square meters, your monthly maintenance fee will be between 35, 40 and 60 US dollars. So not that much, right? And this payment covers all the infrastructure, right? The swimming pool, the greenery, the co-working space, the maintenance of the common areas, you name it. Everything is within those 50 to 60 bucks a month. For the major repairs, there is a so-called sinking fund, which is payable when you acquire the property, and it's also is less than 1% of the property price usually, so not a lot. This means that when you own the property, your maintenance fees are really Mickey Mouse costs comparing to what you are making from the rentals. Myth number 10, you will never be able to sell your property. Well, of course, property in general is not the most liquid asset in your portfolio, as we all know. But there are good assets and bad assets, and good assets, good properties are quite easy to resell. Of course, it depends on the market. Of course, it depends on the market cycle. But for example, Bangkok is quite a liquid market, and a good property in a good location, close to, let's say, a subway, close to the entrance to the expressway, close to the office buildings, you will sell it easily, especially if you have a tenant. So if your buyer is looking for some passive income and you are selling him a business in a sense, right? So you have a property with a tenant, it's quite a liquid asset. If we go outside Bangkok to Phuket or Pattaya, those markets are not that liquid, but again, good properties in good projects with proof to work economics in terms of the rentals are a good liquid assets, and you definitely can resell them. What makes Thai properties so attractive? The rental yields higher than most markets, a very attractive entry point, so we can consider nice properties here for 65-ish thousand US dollars, so a price tag that doesn't exist in majority parts of the globe. Strong expat rental demand, stable currency, a very low inflation, below 1% last year, the legal protection and the ability to own a freehold property 100% under your name, transparent pricing, easy management, and the installment plans from the developers, so you can enjoy some financing programs while acquiring the property in Thailand. To be fully transparent and honest, some risks, of course, exist on the market. This might be connected to the construction delays. This happens, unfortunately, from time to time. This may be connected with the poor choice of the investment property or investment project. And in some parts of the Thailand, the demand is seasonal, but again, this is quite manageable things. Look, Thai real estate market is not perfect, and no market is. So there are bad developers, there are bad projects, there are poor investment decisions. This happens. But please, 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 don't make decisions based not on rules, but on things that happened 15 years ago, happened to one in a million cases. That's not the rule, those are exceptions. If you're interested in Thai properties, don't let those fears and myths stand in your way. At the same time, don't be naive. Do your due diligence, do research, ask local professionals, and only then make decisions. If you want an honest consultation about Thai real estate, we have a link in the description, so don't hesitate to click it. I will be happy to give you my honest feedback and be very open about risks and be very open about opportunities for the projects in Bangkok, Phuket, Pattaya, Hua Hin, you name it. Now you know what to do before investing. Like, subscribe, comment, and take all the costs into consideration. Check those videos, and I'll see you in the next one.